Look, budget guns aren't automatically junk. Most people just buy the wrong cheap gun, then blame the price. Ruger is one of the few brands that can build basic without building fragile. So today we're doing a countdown, 12 Ruger guns under $350 that actually earned their spot. Real street prices, real use cases. And for every pick, I'll tell you exactly when to skip it. Let's get into number 12. Number 12, the Ruger Wrangler. It usually sells right around the $200 mark, new or used. It stays cheap. This is a training and plinking revolver, period. It is for range reps, fundamentals, teaching new shooters, and shooting .22 without burning your wallet. The Wrangler works because it is honest, single action, with simple parts and nothing fancy to break. Ruger has been making revolvers long enough that even the basic ones still run. This is the kind of gun you can toss in a range bag and not baby. Skip the Wrangler if you are expecting a refined trigger, adjustable target sights, or premium revolver vibes. Also skip it if you want a defensive tool. This is for training and fun, not a primary protection purchase. Number 11. Ruger Super Wrangler. It still sells for under $350, but it costs more than the standard Wrangler. Same job as the Wrangler, but better if you want a rimfire revolver that can also stretch to small game hunting and for more precise shooting. It is the pick for someone who wants .22 caliber practice, but who also wants the gun to hit what they aim at. The Super Wrangler exists because Ruger understands a simple truth. People outgrow fixed sights. They want adjustability. They want something that feels like a tool, not a toy. That is why this version gets recommended so often as the Wrangler that makes sense long-term. Skip it if you are purely chasing the lowest price. If your only goal is plinking steel and teaching basics, the standard Wrangler is enough. Do not pay extra just to feel more serious. Ruger LCP 380. This is one of the most consistent, cheap, but useful Rugers out there. Average new value floats around the low 200s. This is deep concealment. Pocket carry, backup gun. It is for the days you cannot carry something bigger, but you still want something on you. The LCP is reliable because it is purpose-built. It is not trying to be a duty pistol. It is not trying to be a range toy. It is trying to be small, light, and functional every day in real life. And there is something else. The ecosystem is mature. Holsters exist, magazines exist, parts exist. That matters on budget guns. Skip the LCP if you have large hands, if you hate tiny grips, or if you are recoil sensitive. A tiny 380 can feel snappy. Also skip it if your plan is you will buy it and train a lot. You can train with it, but you will not love long sessions. This is carry first. Number 9. Ruger LCP Max 380. Ruger LCP Max is the high-capacity version of the LCP that actually makes the most sense for a lot of people now. Street price is often right around $300, and on a good sale you will see it flirting with $340. This is still deep concealment and pocket carry, but for the person who is sick of the single-stack penalty. It fills the always-with-you role, just with more breathing room. The no-junk factor is this. Ruger took a proven concept and fixed the biggest complaint, capacity, without turning it into a brick or charging premium money for it. This is exactly where avoiding logo tax matters. You get the practical upgrade without the luxury pricing. Skip it if you hate small guns. Tiny guns are harder to shoot well. Period. Skip it if you want a soft shooter or you want to run long-range sessions. This is a carry tool, not a comfort gun. Number 8. Ruger LCP2 .380 caliber. Typically under $350, with new examples averaging in the low 300s. Deal listings often show variants starting well below that. Same mission as the LCP, concealment. When size matters. This model is for the person who wants a very small footprint with a slightly more modern feel. The LCP2 is not junk because it keeps the concept simple. Small gun, proven niche, widespread support. You are not paying for boutique machining. You are paying for something that has already been carried and trusted by a lot of normal people. Skip it if you want a soft shooter. Tiny guns equal more felt recoil, Skip it if you prefer 9mm and can carry a micro compact. If your wardrobe and lifestyle allow a slightly larger gun, you may be happier going that direction. Number 7. Ruger LC9s. Ruger LC9s is the predecessor to the EC9s, and it is one of those used market sleepers that keeps showing up cheap because people chase whatever is newest. Street and used pricing commonly sits under $350, and depending on your market, you will see them way lower than you would expect for a slim 9mm carry gun. This is thin, concealed carry, not a hype gun, not a flex gun. Just a practical, I am actually going to carry this pistol. The no junk factor is that the LC9s has real years behind it. It has been carried, shot, and proven as a basic tool. And because it is not the new hotness, you are not paying trend tax. You are paying for function. Skip it if you are shopping purely for maximum capacity in the smallest footprint. Skip it if optics ready is non-negotiable. And skip it if you want a full-size grip and a range comfort pistol. This is a slim carry tool. Number 6. Ruger EC9s. Ruger EC9s. Averages can be shockingly low. New examples often list in the low $200 range on price trackers, and street prices commonly sit in the high $100 range to the mid $200 range depending on deals. Even reviewers commonly call out street pricing around $280. This is a budget 9mm concealed carry. Not fancy, not modular, not a social media gun. Just a thin, simple pistol for people who want a carry tool that does not eat the grocery budget. The EC9s works because Ruger kept it simple. This is not the kind of firearm you buy for custom triggers or optics plates. It is the kind of firearm you buy because it is easy to carry and it does the basic job. The biggest no-junk factor is this. It is a Ruger that has been around long enough to prove itself, and it is cheap enough that you can afford to run it. Skip the EC9s if you demand modern features, if you want optics ready, high capacity, or a premium trigger feel. This is not your platform. Also skip it if you cannot stand small controls or if you want a full-size grip. Ruger Security 380. This is the one a lot of people ignore because they are caliber snobs, and that is exactly why it ends up being a strong value play. Street price stays under $350, and you will see them sitting in the $300 range depending on sales. This is for carry or home defense if you want something easier to handle than a tiny pocket 380 and you do not want to fight recoil all day. The no-junk factor is this. Ruger built it as a practical tool for regular people. Not a boutique gun, not a flex piece. It is meant to run, be controllable, and be affordable. That is the opposite of logo tax. Skip it if you refuse to consider 380 at all, and you are 9mm or nothing. Skip it if you want a tiny pocket gun. This is not that size. And skip it if you are chasing cool factor. This is for people who value controllability over clout. Mid-roll call to action. Quick one, if you like reviews that do not sugarcoat anything, subscribe to Gear Under Fire. We are here to save you from bad buys and logo tax pricing. Back to it. Ruger Security 9, new value averages right around the low $300. That keeps it under $350 in most normal markets. This is home defense on a budget. Nightstand gun, range practice gun, one gun household starter pistol. If you want something you can shoot comfortably and you do not want micro-compact recoil, this is the lane. The Security 9 makes sense because it is not pretending. It is not a premium competition pistol. It is a practical, value-priced 9mm from a manufacturer that understands mass production and durability. The no-junk factor is economics. When a gun lands around $300 and still gives you full-size shootability, it punches way above its price class. Skip it if you need extensive aftermarket support like Glock-level customization. Skip it if you want optics ready from the factory and you are not willing to work around that. And skip it if your primary goal is deep concealment. This is not the smallest carry option. Number 3. Ruger Max 9. Ruger Max 9. This one routinely shows street prices under $350, often around $299. You can find listings in that price band pretty consistently. This is Ruger's modern micro-compact 9mm. It is built for daily carry and practical concealment. It is the one-gun option for someone who wants to carry most days and still shoot 9mm. The Max 9 earns no junk status because it answers a real market need without forcing you into a premium price bracket. In plain English, it gives you a modern carry format, but you are not paying $650 just because a brand is trendy. This is where Ruger can save you from logo tax. You can buy the gun, buy magazines, and still have cash left to actually practice. Skip it if you hate micro-compact shooting characteristics. Small guns are harder to shoot well. That is reality. Skip it if you already know you shoot better with a compact. Better hits beat a smaller footprint. Also skip it if you are expecting match-grade trigger perfection. It is a carry tool. Number 2. Ruger P-Series, P89 and P95. These are the used market tanks. They are the indestructible brick Rugers that people forget about until they see the price. Used street pricing routinely stays under $350, and in many areas you will see them closer to the mid-200s depending on condition. This is home defense and range beater work, nightstand gun, truck gun, something you do not baby. The no-junk factor is these were built in an era when Ruger prioritized overbuilt durability over style. They are not pretty, they are not light, but they run and they soak recoil. And because nobody is flexing a P95 on Instagram, you are not paying hype tax, you are paying for function. Skip it if you want modern features like optics, ready slides, or a slick modular ecosystem. Skip it if you need something slim for carry. These are chunky. And skip it if you are the type who needs endless aftermarket support. This is not a build platform, this is a tank you leave stock. Number 1. The Ruger 1022 Carbine. Deal listings can start around the low 200s of dollars. Price tracking for the Carbine variant shows values that stay comfortably under $350. The Ruger 1022 Carbine is a versatile budget rifle. It covers training, plinking, small game, skill building, introducing new shooters, and cheap repetition. If you are on a budget, the 1022 is one of the smartest capability multipliers you can buy because it lets you shoot more for less. The 1022 earns no junk status because it is one of the most proven rimfire platforms ever made. It is durable, it is simple, and it is supported everywhere. It also has a massive ecosystem if you choose to upgrade later. Here is the take. You do not buy the 1022 to build a $1,000 project. You buy it because it works stock, and it keeps your training costs sane. Skip it if you are the type who cannot resist turning everything into a money pit. The 1022 aftermarket is a black hole. If you are on a strict budget, stay disciplined. Also skip it if you only want centerfire performance for a specific defensive role. This is a rimfire training and utility rifle. Ruger proves something simple. You don't need to pay the logo tax to get a firearm that works. You need a tool that fits the job, fits the budget, and doesn't fall apart when you actually use it. Now I want to hear it. What's the best Ruger under $350 you've seen lately, and which one do you think people buy for the wrong reasons? Drop it in the comments. Gear Under Fire, out.